Hello, Haplings. We are live now. I've also got the usual thing I do in case anyone wants to pop in. I don't know if we'll have anyone, but I'll leave it open in case anyone in the Discord wants to pop in. Which, for anyone who is watching this on, I was gonna say this, don't think many people have piled in. Yeah, sure, I can say that. I'm like anyone who is watching on YouTube. There should be a connection for it that I usually have linked in the description of every video, for every VOD. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we'll give it a minute. We'll let everyone pile in, and then we'll actually get started with things. I know someone at one point actually asked me where I got my mouse from. Hello. I know someone at one point actually asked me where I got my mouse from. I'm gonna be completely honest, I've had this mouse for years. I had it on my previous computer. I've just transferred the files over, and it came pre-prepped because of that, but I believe at one point I downloaded a mouse cursor pack, went into my settings from there, and I set it to default, or I set it to I made another organization thing for it, and I set that one to the default, rather. I do have another one. I could just set, I mean, I could switch over to it. Maybe I'll do it, not today, but maybe one of my other streams. I'll do it if people want to see it. I know, very, very random, but sometimes you just gotta do so well. You just gotta figure something blab about while you're waiting for people to get in. Anyway, how are you, Logic Bear? How have you been? How's everything been on your end? Give me one sec. I see! I see you. I know you're there, you cheeky bastard. Sorry, I know I don't normally cuss, but I know you're there. I can see. Let me unmute you real quick on the Discord thing so I can actually get the audio there. Alright, you should be audible now. Figure out there, you got him. Fair enough. Okay, you're actually showing up now. I have your little icon this time too. Congrats. I guess. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up on stream for you. I'll pull it up right here. You can't hear anyone else. You should be able to on Discord. I set the Discord thing to actually be able to hear, right? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Did I set it much lower? Oh, it's not showing up as thing there. Of course it's not. Alright. Let me go ahead and try and see if we can get this oriented real quick. I apologize. Let's put that there. Let's... Fair. Let me go ahead and switch this over to here. I'm going crazy, totally. You're gonna like your Discord profile picture whether you like it or not. Alright, let me go ahead and... we're gonna do this. And then we'll do this. Alright, say something now, please. I apologize again. I don't know why.
Something now, please. I apologize.
Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and swap this so I don't hear double on your voice, though.
Oh.
Let's do that. Is that going there? Yeah, you probably should do that. How do I do that?
Hi, Lucky Bear.
There we go.
And
Okay,
coffee.
I need monitor off. That's what I need. Otherwise, I'm going to hear your voice twice. That's the problem. There we go.
There we
Small
go.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm his
I'm
inner
insane now.
conscience. We don't talk very often.
I know it's actually picking up on the Discord call. Like I'm actively seeing it. I did turn
Well,
the
that's
decibels down
great.
by like 8, 9 decibels, so it's a little bit quieter, so it's not ear-splittingly loud, but we
Sure.
make it work. Alright, we're gonna do a quick
Yeah.
run through. We'll do a professional run through just to get a nice, nice beginning. We'll do Tanglewood today.
Oh, you see, I said inner conscience. I got named your inner demon.
I know,
So
I can
yeah,
see.
we're going places.
Oh yeah, all according to plan. 1 second, just noticed.
It will be funny if somehow your mic in the game counts as me speaking as well.
Do I
I'll
have
destroy
my...
if that happens. I'll destroy your run.
Go 1 second. I'm gonna check the video real quick on my end because it is not showing me my settings. I'm gonna go fix that real quick. I want to make sure it's okay. We're still at the good settings. It's just not popping up on the resource usage. That's fine. I can worry about that later.
Oh, we sure can. What's the name?
All right, we got 80 Skinner.
We got Eddie
Oh,
Skinner. Or
womp womp. Yeah, it's a womp womp moment. You're not wrong.
what they?
Parabolic mic, sound recorder, 3 unique with video. That's not what I wanted, but we'll... Oh, here we go.
I mean, we use those like. What? Who cares for a piece of evidence at the end of the day?
We got video cameras. Alright, we got power at back room. It's time to make some highly ill-advised decisions. Okay, let me check what the ambient temperature is. 8.4. Okay, it's not bad. So we're going to be looking for something that's going to be really quick. K-pop Demon Hunters is a superior movie to all. I know Little Croc recently watched that. Coffee, you know the Little Croc, the little gremlin one.
What?
Little Croc is the little gremlin one. I don't think I've referred to her as Little Croc on stream while you've been here.
Oh, little croc.
Yeah, the little sister, the gremlin one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she loves K-pop Demon Hunters. She's been singing Soda Pop to me repeatedly, non-stop, to the point where I'm like, please, please, for one
Oh,
day, please.
to be completely honest, so does my boyfriend.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
And he's like, oh, I like it
Hang on, quiet, quiet, quiet,
because
quiet, quiet.
the main evil dude.
Quiet, hang on, quiet, quiet.
the- what?
I thought I heard the door close. No, it was a
Well,
different
maybe
ghost.
quieter.
Okay, it was a different door. I'm gonna go check my sanity real quick. I wonder if, since I heard it, I wonder if it was impact range. Okay, definitely did something, but it wasn't that much. Okay, sorry, I thought I was getting hunted for a moment. I thought it was about to get turned into a demon's play toy.
There was a damn light on. Why do you think you were being hunted?
Because I've had cases where the ghost hasn't turned off the
Turned off the
lights.
light?
Yeah. Sometimes you just go, oh, you're just gonna die. Sometimes you're just gonna
Yeah.
die, and you're not gonna know until it happens. Alright, it's not here. I'm gonna turn
Well,
this light on in the off chance.
to continue my point.
But yeah, sorry.
My boyfriend said that I look like the main villain, and I was and
You have
for
no idea
one
what the
second
main villain looks like.
I was
Oh, baby's room, that's
I was
why.
confused because if we're going to be specific, the main villain is a giant ball of fire.
Somehow
So I'm
I'm
like,
not surprised.
but so I said, "Are you
Works.
sure you mean the main villain and not the main singer of the rival group?" Yeah, and he said, "Oh yeah. Well, he's kind of the main villain and main love interest." And I'm like, "I don't look like him at all."
Did he mean Genu?
Yeah,
Genu?
yeah, Gino, yeah. But here's the thing: I don't look like him at all. I don't have the body. I don't have the face. I don't have the hair. My face looks like an egg or a coffee
Face
mug.
looks like an. I'd say it looks closer to an egg than a coffee mug, considering I know I've seen your face a couple times.
You're so lucky we're on Twitch.
What do you mean by that?
My assortment of insults have been drastically reduced.
It's because I'm not saying it in like a bad way. I'm just saying it in like objectively. Like you have egg-shaped faces, you have heart-shaped faces, you have like oval, or like you have like rectangular faces.
I'm
Rectangular.
close. I'm closer to Simon Petrikov from Adventure Time, honestly.
Fair enough. We had Spirit Box, Mare, Yokai, Onryo. It could be a mimic.
Knowing
We have
your
to test
luck.
for a mimic, knowing that. Unless we get something that's not corresponding to an Onryo. If we get Onryo, we have to test for a mimic. Let's see. What do we need next? I'm gonna get the camera. I'm gonna take a photo of the bone ahead of time. I can deal with that. So I know where the bone is already. Let's knock that out. Because that means it's something I don't have to worry about later at all. It was a really good spot. I'm gonna check there. I'm missing 3 trophies for ghosts. I'm missing 1, personally, and it's literally just the Revenant for the ghosts. I've never had a Revenant on this account. My other account, I have all of them. But I think I've only had like 2 or 3 Revenants on this account, and every time I have, they've killed me.
Eh. Well, you're a lucky one, ain't you?
I think I heard something go off and I didn't hear it. I wouldn't call it being lucky. I think I would call it the exact opposite, to be honest with you.
That's my point.
Oh, we're just insulting me. I'm
Loggy's
sorry,
missing
I'm just
3
oblivious.
trophies
I'm
for
just
ghosts.
oblivious.
And we're not even playing Dead by Daylight.
I know. You know, I was looking at it earlier. I was debating whether to do it. But I know I DM'd to you, but I didn't tell anyone else. Yeah, apparently the last update for Dead by Daylight borked everything. Mario Kai Mario. So, they've got a poll that's like, you know where the offering screen is? Apparently that's some point like below the main. Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've been playing Dead by Daylight recently, actually. Well, semi-recently. I've been maining Ghostface because I ended up picking up on my main account. Um, 'Cause I don't use the same account for streaming as I do just for playing games most of the time. There's a couple exceptions, but for the most part, I don't really do so.
Also, good to remind Loggy Bear that you're not just playing Dead by Daylight maining Ghostface. You're maining Ghostface while denying yourself, like actively not using his ability,
Okay, to be
which
fair, last stream I
makes
actually used it a lot more often when you weren't there. I did start getting used to it. Then I played off stream and I've been doing it a little bit more too. But I also don't like using the thing. I mean, it is really good though if you get people filled up most of it and then you don't pop it because they know they're very close and all they need to do is get 1 second of you stalking them and then you can immediately down them. I didn't have this. I had this match. I wasn't streaming it. It was off stream. But there's this one person that was sitting at the generator, and it was like the first 15 seconds, and I'd already downed them because I'd marked and exposed them because they ran to a generator, knew I was there, didn't care, and I walked and downed them and hooked them immediately. It was 15 seconds in. It was
like
so funny.
the the grand ladder saying Ghostface is close, and the person going like, that could stop me, but I
Because,
can't
like,
read.
I know someone else was there with them, and they bolted as soon as they saw me. And they were in a worse position. Like, where their back was turned to me. This person was staring at me, basically, like if they could see me, essentially. And they just didn't. It was so funny.
I can imagine.
I hooked everyone twice, and I let the last guy go because it was literally less than 5 minutes and all 3 of the other players had died. I was so quick on that one. It was, I think, the fastest game I had. I let the survivor go, the last one, because I felt bad. Because
I
there's a
can
point where it's like,
understand.
you get demolished so hard, I feel like you just need to get the hatch, just because you get demolished that badly. I feel like you at least deserve something for putting up with teammates like that. Especially when one of your teammates is actively trying to free people while you're leading me over to the hook while the other one's trying to free. If that makes sense.
You respect altruism, basically.
Mhm. But I'm also the kind of person, I'm like, people get mad because, oh, you're going back to the hook to check. It's like, yeah, because I'm a killer. If I send something like, if I haven't seen someone for a while, I'm like, I'm gonna go come back over close to the hook just in case someone's going towards there, because I know someone's on the hook for a while now. I'm gonna be surprised if they don't get off. And then someone gets off, I'm gonna go, yep, call of it. And I'm right nearby at that point. I can usually down the other person or at least wound them.
Goes kinda hard. I'm a killer, baby. Going to check the hook.
I mean, it's more just
Why? Because I'm
playing
a
it
killer.
strategically. It's more just playing it strategically because you know something's gonna happen. Alright,
The
I'm
problem
gonna
is,
watch this
okay,
to see if I
I'm
can.
going to tell you the
Like, I'm not gonna
problem.
camp it,
Okay?
but I'm gonna check here and there just in the off chance if I don't see anyone for a while.
I'm going to tell you the problem, okay?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully
People
do.
see like those mainstream Dead by Daylight streamers like Atsdarva and others, and basically go like, "Oh, they do this, therefore every killer
Ad break
should
time,
do that."
wonderful. No, I get you. I'm gonna put a pin in this just because we have an ad break coming up, and I want to make sure that Logic Break
Oh
can
no,
hear
I'm
this
seeing it.
conversation. Yeah, I know too because I have my second monitors there, and I don't have it logged in, just because it's easier for me not to, at least not in this account. I don't keep it logged in at all, so I see the ads every now and then. I mean, it is a good way for me to keep track of when ads are coming, because I don't always pay attention to the thing that I can still see the chat on the right side of the screen, so I can still tell what's going on. What was I gonna grab? I was gonna grab this. That's what I was gonna do. How am I looking at? 90%. Okay, we're doing really good. Unless it's like a demon, which I know it's not. Worst case, it's... Well, I was gonna say, worst case, it's a mimic that turns into one, but I got crucies down. I'm not concerned.
Okay, so we're back.
Almost. We have 25 seconds, by the looks of it.
25, 25 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't control the duration of the ads. I mean, I can, but like not in the sense of like what ads play. I can't control if you get like a 30-second one, or if you get like a 5-second one. I don't
No,
control
no.
that.
Yeah, I understand.
Which I wish I did. So it is like mildly frustrating to me, knowing that ads are bleh. I agree. And it's like I can't really fully turn them off now that I've gotten an affiliate. I mean,
Yeah, plus
I can sort
it's
of turn the
important.
manual, but it's also like even if I turn the manual, there's still going to be ads at some point, and even if I turn the manual, it means there's guaranteed pre-roll ads, so you can't escape it either way. Problem is I don't keep the affiliate stuff there if I don't turn the ads on, which means I lose out on a whole bunch of stuff for you guys as bonus. Yeah, I mean, I can control when the ads are played and how long. I do have a little bit of control, but it's like I have only so much is the problem. Like I said, I can turn it manual, but then y'all get pre-roll ads whether you like it or not, and it's still gonna be like, I think it's like 30 seconds or a minute long for pre-roll as well. I don't think I saw, I didn't see any footsteps, so I think it's genuinely an Onryo. Why don't we check freezing temps just to be sure. But it's like, there is a nice mix, and it's like, you gotta try to find a nice balance in there. Yeah, negative 5.4, it's an Onryo. Take your time.
So, like I was saying, they see mainstream Dead by Daylight streamers do something, and they go like, "Every killer should do that."
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Like
sugarcoat that. I think that's dumb. Not everyone's gonna play
they,
the exact same way.
but like the little
Take your time.
things, like for an example, they usually always give uh hatch to last survivor, except
That's
if
an
the
angry ghost.
survivor. Well,
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that with the new update. They actually changed the whispers from like blabbering to actual ghost whispering for male and female. There's like a male one, a female, and like there's a child as well. There's one or two children ones too.
did you know? And I can't remember if I told you that or not.
It's gotta be an honor, you
But
know.
back in the day when I was with my ex,
hmm Which one? The G one or the
no, the Luna,
you? Ah, her. Okay.
she
Parabolic mic.
enjoyed going to sleep listening to me play Phasmophobia
Weirdly specific.
because the mainly when there were hunts,
She
she
enjoyed
liked the
hearing you
sound of the
scream.
ghost. No, the sound of the ghost. I didn't scream. What the?
That's a lie. You know it's a lie.
I never scream.
Tell yourself that all you want. No, I'm sorry.
I could cuss I usually cuss the
I'm not
ghost like
surprised.
if I'm going down, I'm letting it all out.
You son of. This ghost does not.
Which
Okay, apparently just screeched at me. That counted? That should have counted anyway. I'm gonna go check to see if it did. Cause yeah, no. Now that we know what the ghost is, because we can do it by process of elimination, and we tested for UV. Okay, it did count for parabolic mic. We could try to get two different sounds. If I had a second person with me, that would have been perfect, because I could have had the parabolic mic and someone could have recorded that sound, because it would have been a ghost, like, a screech or something like that, because I know it counts different stuff.
true, so sad that I'm just your inner demons.
Totally, yeah. Oh no, you should get back into the game at some point. It'll be fun. But I'm not gonna, if it's not your kind of thing that you don't want to go back into, I'm not gonna pressure you about it either.
Yeah, just bring it up in every conversation.
What do you mean, what part? Inner demons only. Well, it's just more that I say that the no pressure part just because the fact of it's just one of those things that out of habit because I'd feel bad if it was like, oh, I made it essentially where you felt forced into doing so again, even if you didn't want to. You know,
like,
that's your choice.
like, like, here's the thing. I was gonna get Dead by Daylight to play with you, and
hmm
I didn't manage to because
Yeah, I know
I
you
don't
were in call
know.
about that. We
My
couldn't
new
get it.
my new PC is somehow in some parts he tanks way less than my other one did. God bless its heart. Its hard drive actually. I heard that. Get
Yeah, I did
the
too.
hell out.
Okay, kind of just talking as a duplicate. That's unfortunate. I'll hold on to it actually. Um, Bro, can you not? Slamming the door in my face is rude.
How about
This
we close this door? How about
ghost.
not?
This ghost. Send it to be clipped for later. But, that is pain. That is pain. I'm sending that to
That
be
is
clipped for
not
later. No,
pain,
that's
that is
definitely gonna be
ghost.
clipped. No, it's pain. I mean, probably hurt to be fair. Imagine getting a door slammed right into your face because the ghost said nah.
Well, it actually happened a few days ago to me. Not the ghost part, the door.
I'd hope the ghost part wasn't real. We'd have a lot bigger problems to worry about with you.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hey, you're
Like the
haunted. We need to
like.
call the real life Ghostbusters. I don't think Phasmophobia is gonna help you. Did that give me? Are you serious? That didn't count as cold breath. I know that one's finicky, but come on. Oh, welcome back. We had a moment that I'm gonna be clipping later. The ghost slammed the door into my face. We're kind of just waiting. Normally I wouldn't have stared at the ghost that much, but I know that should have counted for get ghost event.
Hmm.
EMF 4, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go check what else we have to do. I might just go with what we
Such
have,
a
because
kindly ghost. Not hunting.
I mean, to be fair, we're only
Once
a professional.
your well,
Yeah, we'll go right now.
your sanity is very well for how long you've been in its room.
I'm also on, I was gonna say, I have the lights on and I'm single player. Sanity drop is lower on single player.
Well, I wouldn't know. I never
Just wondering,
played this in single player.
does your inner demon not play Phasmo? Oh, you missed the conversation. He used to. Here, tell Lodge about the story again.
Well, I'll tell you this.
1100.
I'll tell you the story. I played Phasmophobia back in the day. I had an ex, and she loved to go to sleep listening to me play Phasmophobia, mainly during hunts. She loved the sound of the hunts.
Call your ex crazy is what we do.
Well, you know, not my finest
Well,
moment,
well.
not my proudest moment, you know.
BS Logic Bear for context. Coffee here is one of my good friends. I've known him for a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just nothing to say but yeah.
Whatever you say, buddy.
We're not friends. I don't know you.
Oh yeah,
Didn't know
oh
demons could
yes,
have
you see
exes.
a very interesting process.
Alright. So basically, I get myself 75% starting sanity, so I basically only have 3 pills. So
We pop those.
I popped one of them already, so we're at full again. I set it 25% each. That way I basically have the equivalent of a nightmare run without it being as bogus. Because you get a nightmare mode, you amp up so quickly, where you lose both the screens, lose a whole bunch of stuff. Like I think I did the calculations, and you actually would get, if you did that exact all that stuff there, you'd actually get a higher modifier for all the stuff they have. That and stuff like the ghost killing multiple people at once generally does not actually correlate to a higher score. Why'd I go in the basement? The ghost isn't even in the basement.
You
Yeah,
know,
it comes out to the same multiplier. Or not ghost in the basement, the power in the basement.
I might. Okay.
You might.
For the future. To the future.
For the future. In the future.
I'll probably shell out a few bucks
For what?
to get myself a proper image for you to pop up in your stream.
Fair enough. Oh, we got a
So,
ribcage right here too. Nice. And we don't have the hiding spot there. That's unfortunate.
oh, Jesus. Wow,
Nice.
wow. All the
Full on
hiding
ribcage.
spots just gone.
I mean, we have a couple other hiding spots
Yeah.
that are still available. It's just that all the really good hiding spots are,
The good ones are nowhere to be seen.
the ghost trying to do something to me. It's like, oh,
So,
hell no.
before we go in another tangent and we lose ourselves again,
We lose ourselves for the 3rd time today.
you're not even joking. I think that I'm going to shell out a few bucks to get myself, at the very least, 2 arts, so you can put in the place of my profile picture, because that's a have profile picture I have with my boyfriend, and you know, it
Yeah, I understand.
looks
Yeah, it's definitely
so.
here.
Yes, put it there. Also,
Denko is the best hiding spot. Yeah, there's some pretty good ones there. I know there's a few others on the other maps that are not too bad either. Okay, we don't.
are the
We
one
got
next
tarot
to
cards.
is the one to your left still open?
Yeah, but that's not usually considered a full hiding spot in most cases. It really depends on where the ghost specifically is. Like, if the ghost spawns in the room, it can sometimes not count as a hiding spot and treats it more like a pseudo hiding spot.
That that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, I know a lot of
That
people. I
explains a
remember.
lot of my deaths in this map.
Yeah, I was gonna say that counts as a pseudo hiding spot. It's basically if you need to get the ghost off of you, that's not the best spot. But if you really need somewhere to hide in an emergency, that can work. It's the same way, like,
In an emergency.
sadly, that I wish the ghost was not in that room. I'm gonna be completely honest, because that's one of my favorite rooms to hide in. Because there's a couple of really good pseudo hiding spots in there personally that I use.
Don't worry, we're hiding here. So is the ghost.
Yeah, that's the problem. Ghost decided that's gonna be a
Is
room as
that
well.
showing how
That's the
long
radius,
the
yeah.
crucifix is?
That's just how big the range is, yeah. But like this is my favorite spot. Like I can hide here. It's a good spot.
They added that?
A while back, yeah. He's usually normally everyone puts the
Those,
crucifix. This area is a good spot
those,
too. Not as good because
those
if the ghost walks in further, you're definitely dead. But
twitching twitches.
gonna put it a little bit there. We got the room
I
covered
can't
now. Let me check the temperature again.
believe it.
2.4. We're gonna leave that. There's not anything in that room I found. It's very easy to get killed because the ghost has to come in there and you're dead. I've never seen a good hiding spot in that room. Bathroom is okay if you're in a really big pickle. You can shut the door and hope the ghost doesn't come in. You can loop around the car. I've seen people do that. I have to go, but have fun and try not to inner demon persuade you into doing bad things. Take care, Logic Bear. Thank you for popping by. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Oh, before you do go, I should mention as well, I've got emotes being worked on, so we should have those pretty soon for the channel. I don't know whether it's going to be next week, the week after, something like that, but I have someone actively working on them right now.
Eventually.
And I'm going to have a couple of them. It's not going to be like 1 or 2. I think I have like 5 of them coming. So we're going to be nice and set up. So I believe I'm capped out at 5 until I hit, I believe, 100 subscribers, or 100 followers. It's either that or it's like 4 that I'm capped out on. I think it's 5 though, for right now. And because I can hold up to 45 in total. And I can upload, but I can only use a certain amount until I have a certain amount per milestone. So you kind of get some weird wonkiness. Okay, we know it's not a mare. Mare doesn't turn on lights.
Person died.
So that's yeah.
Okay, this is a... I am concerned about one thing in particular. The fact that I haven't seen ghost orbs. So there's... Personally, I like ghost orbs. It's what I would say. If I was going for like a 1 evidence, I actually would hate ghost orbs being my thing. But in like 3 and 2 evidence, I love ghost orbs because the fact of ghost orbs cut down half the ghost list. Here's the problem. A lot of aggressive ghosts don't have ghost orbs. Demon. Moroi. In some cases, a Wraith or a Phantom can be problematic as well, I've seen.
Yeah,
Poltergeist
no, the
usually
fun
isn't
ones.
too bad. Myling can be a little bit annoying, especially if you're trying to do a flashlight test, depending on the size of the map. I've had flashlight tests give false positives before because the size of the map was either bigger or smaller than I expected it to be. Jinn, if the power ever goes out, not because the light is there, but if the power ever actually gets turned off, we can erase the Jinn. We know the Shade gave a response with a spirit box, so it can't be that. Actually, it can be there. It can't be a mare anyway. Twins, we know it's not Mimic because we've not seen any ghost orbs. I'm gonna say once we know our 2 pieces of evidence, I will unmark everything else. But we know it can't be a Mimic because Mimic has to have ghost orbs. We should have had ghost orbs by now. I did a second check, even several minutes later. There should have been a response of ghost orbs by now, if it was ghost orbs. Just from my own experiences. Actually, let me put the... I'm gonna toss it down right now. We're gonna get dots up. Because I know for a fact we don't have to worry about ghost orbs getting in the way. And we can also just record ghost orbs now, so we don't even need to worry about like visually looking for them. You can come into the ghost room, hold right click, and if you get ghost orbs pop up, you don't even need to worry about it. It's a quick check now with a video camera. Plus it counts for a video as well, so you get 2 for 1 right there. You get a piece of evidence and you get a video out of it.
am I just out of touch
They
with the
reworked a,
game,
they
or
reworked a
are
few
you
things.
slower?
You're not slow, or you're not there. I intentionally slowed myself down. I have a challenge going. I have a custom mode right now.
Well, at least my senses are still
I have
very on
75%. It was
edge.
either that or the ghost was faster than me, and I'd rather be slightly slower at 75% because my sprint speed isn't too bad. And it means that the ghost, I can't loop as much if I was on higher speed because you know how it goes with the thing there. Plus, it means it's easier to listen for regular footsteps rather than having to calculate in ghost is 25% faster or 50% faster. I can listen to footsteps and make an educated guess based on that.
Huh.
So that was kind of the logic for putting it 75% speed to me, because the ghost would be faster than me either way. Save for when I'm sprinting, unless it's like a Revenant, in which I'm dead either way. But, you know, we have a... If it's a Revenant, we probably... Oh, I was gonna say it can't be a Revenant. We don't have Ghost Orbs. Well, actually, we could have a Revenant, because it's 2 evidence. Could be. We could go check the temperature. I'm gonna check the temperatures again after I put the book down. Because we should have freezing by now if the ghost is in fact still in the room. And I'm gonna, after I get all this checked, I'm gonna start carrying an incense on me spare just in case for an emergency's sake. Because demon becomes a very realistic possibility. Because until we've eliminated one of the demon pieces of evidence, I want to get on there just so I don't get caught with my pants down. Yeah, demons are not the biggest threats, I'm willing to acknowledge that, but also, as I said, I don't like getting my pants caught down.
Very
Okay, we know what
fair.
our pieces of evidence are. Okay, twins, mimic, Onryo. Or mimic's not possible. Twins, Onryo, and Moroi. Moroi I can check out very easily. I'm gonna go to the van real quick and see what my sanity is. If my sanity is looking a lot lower than it should be, we can easily tell Moroi. Otherwise, we can kind of start getting tests on EMF reader. We can try and see where the EMF is. If we can get 2 of them at once for an event, or if I scan out one EMF, I put the other one down, we can kind of get an idea if it's twins. I'd actually stare at the activity graph to see if it was twins, but we don't have that right now. It's not Moroi. It's very unlikely to be Moroi. My sanity would have gone down a lot quicker, because I would have been cursed because of the thing. Sound recorder, microphone, and spirit box would all curse me if it was a Moroi. Honorio is a very easy test as well. Before I do that, I'm gonna make sure I have candles with me, all 3 of my candles. I'm gonna grab my lighter. I forgot the fact that I can do. Okay, hot take as well. I should mention, hot take. But I wish this was an offhand piece of equipment, like the lighter was, where you either had the sound recorder, or the microphone, or the lighter. It would actually make the choice of having to have either or a lot more imperative. And you know, no one likes having to carry around the sound recorder. Like, everyone I've talked about this has never liked having to carry their sound recorder in one of their inventory slots, because it's usually, if you don't have a headset, you have a flashlight, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have this, and then you only have 1 free slot for something else, whether it's a camera, or, you know, a video camera, or maybe a book, or something. Okay, turned off the lights. That doesn't really help me in this scenario. Let me drop this down for the moment. Actually, yeah. I'm trying to think here. Because the problem is we might. We honestly just have to wait for an event from the ghost, or we kind of just have. Oh, we got 1. I'm gonna check around. If it was twins, it would have had the option to do another thing. Which I'm leading to it being an Onryo again. It wouldn't be the first time I've had a case of the ghost being something multiple times in a row. Don't you taunt me. Don't you taunt me. That's rude. That's rude. We don't like that ghost. I know freezing breath is something you can get, and I know they upped the value of it recently because of how hard it is to normally get. Oh yeah, you can get different individual ghost photos now. Dots, shadow / translucent, and regular ghost. They all count as different photos now. For category's sake.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really nice actually.
The little things, you know?
Yeah, small things like that. I'm gonna take the rib cage.
Remember, the bones can be well hidden. It can be between the pinky finger and the entire rib cage, if you can miss
What are
that
you on
somehow.
about?
No, like, I like that. Basically,
Your insane ramblings.
it goes from just a small piece of the body to the entire damn rib cage.
I mean that or the entire spinal column as well. I've seen.
Yeah, there was this once where we were literally turning the house upside down after the bones, and suddenly I
Turn it
find a
down
rib
slightly.
cage, and I'm like, how did we miss
176
that?
anyway.
How?
That's a little better. Actually, change slightly more. Make a small adjustment. Dude, I've been having WhatsApp on my computer. I use for a couple different things. Mostly just communication with a couple other people outside of Discord, for one reason or another.
Oh,
But WhatsApp keeps giving me a notification of I have one message. I have one message. I'm like, I don't have any messages. I only have a couple people I use it with, and I know all of my messages are up to date. And I know for all the people I have messaged, I'm the most recent messenger out of all of them. So what do you
Huh.
mean there's one left? It irritates me so much because you know how OCD about that I am.
yes, I know.
It turned off the light in the room. That or just really dark in the room. No, it's just really dark in the room for some reason. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring in 2 candles. I'm gonna set them down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that third one as well as an incense. I'm gonna bring another incense inside with me the next time, and it'll come back out for I'll toss an incense I guess in there. 'Cause I want 2 incenses on me. I want my lighters available because I'm gonna stand by the door light off just in the off chance it does turn into a hunt, because the ghost was far enough away out of range. But I want to check. I mean, it would be really good if I could get the ghost, burning it. But I do want to test if it is an Onryo like I think it is. Because if it was a Moroi, I should have had a lot lower sanity right now. I'll go check again, because maybe it was just taking a while. But it
Oh,
should be
like
a
they
lot
do.
lower. I was gonna say, every time I've had a Moroi on 2 evidence, I've known it was a Moroi real quickly. Or at least figured it out at some point. Outside of one instance where But to be fair, that was in a really it was an update recent, and then the Moroi was bugging out along with some of the map stuff was bugging out too. So one exception granted there. But yeah, I'm gonna drop this one right inside the house. Head back over with the other one, or head back over for the other one. And then we're gonna go ahead and have all that lit up. Plus, if it is in fact an Onryo, I can just take a picture of the burnt crucifix. So that'd be nice too. Good stuff like that. I've gotten a couple cases of full board, but I'd argue it's not as worth it in my opinion.
I mean, it gets to a time where the entire board is just for either
You gotta wait for the sound.
self-fulfillment or because everything
'Cause
else is just...
usually I find that the video is the easiest to get, then it's photos, and then it's sound. Because sound is just luck based. It's like EMF 5. You could have a lot of sound. I've had cases where I've had a very vocal ghost. Mylings are great for that. Mylings, you can get a very nice vocal myling. You'll get that knocked out real easily. But if you get something that really doesn't want to be loud, especially on like a higher difficulty, it just really doesn't become worth it. I mean, it does get multiplied to compensate, and now gets multiplied by your multiplier. So it means that if you get $50 and you times it by 4, let's say, that does mean it's 200 additional bucks. So I've actually had cases where me not getting a full run actually gave me more money than getting a full run. Ironically enough. Not often, but I've had cases where I got like $1,600 almost. This was without any quests or anything being procced as well, I should mention. It was like $1,500 roughly, almost 1,600. And then the ghost, we have chasing someone. I could do that if it does hunt. Catch a photo of the ghost, parabolic. I can get the parabolic mic before we. I'll just toss that in the room before I light it up. I want to keep that incense on me just in case, because I don't think I'm in danger presently. Just because the fact of we know that it can't be a demon. We know it can't be a mimic because no ghost orbs. But it's just one of those things, if I'd still like to play it safe just in case, because if the ghost decides to pop, 2 events in rapid succession, I could be in danger zone real fast. And I've had that happen. So call me paranoid, but sometimes you just gotta play it smart. You gotta play a little bit carefully. That said, what else? Oh, I've been meaning, I've been trying to figure out some place where I can get some good, homemade pierogies. Like a nice homemade pierogi recipe. You ever had pierogies before, Coffee? Oh, you've gone completely silent. The perfect time. Have you ever had pierogies before? Usually they're stuffed with like it's like a dough, almost like a pasta, I would say. And it usually ends up being stuffed with like, I've seen it stuffed with vegetables in some cases, but it's usually like potatoes and like carrots, or like I've had one before that was filled with potato and cheese before. That's really good. But have you ever had pierogies before?
Have what?
Have you ever had pierogies before?
Pierogi, isn't that? Yes, I believe I did.
What kind did you ever have?
Well, here in Brazil, there's a lot. They don't go by that name.
Fair enough. What do they go by?
Pastel.
Oh, okay.
And we have a lot of those.
But yeah, what flavors do you usually have? And is it typically like vegetable stuffed or like meat stuffed or potato stuffed? Like what do they typically have it stuffed with? Like the ones I usually get are like potato stuffed mixed with like vegetables or cheese or something.
We have cheese, we have for the crazy ones, pineapple.
It sounds awful. I'm not even gonna lie. That sounds. I mean, like on one hand, it sounds kind of funny because oh, it's like a it's like a peach pie. It's like a pineapple pie. Get out. I'm having a conversation. You hear the audacity of this ghost, Coffee? Get out.
Get out.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to actively have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Rude.
The gull.
The absolute gall. Alright, so yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick up this. I can come back. I'm probably going to miss out on getting this, but again, I'd rather play it safe. Let me put... Because if it is what I think it is, I want to be far and away from these ghosts. Oh, you want to shut it done?
What?
No, not that, not that, not that. That. I'll have to check to see if it burns a crucifix. I was going because it might have done so in there. But if I was in the house, it might not have done so. I'm gonna get a stick. I'm gonna get a stick because that's not gonna be attacked by the through the camera. But yeah, no, I'm like, this is an electronic. This is, well, that's an electronic. This is not. And if the ghost... Actually, let me check my sanity real quick. It's actually a good indicator because it was just a bunch of darkness. My sanity is somehow super, super low. So I don't think it's a Moroi, but I can't rule it out until I have an idea. Yeah, it definitely isn't. If it was a Moroi, I'd be at like 80% by now, probably. Not 90%. Like, I know I was in the darkness for super long, but it still drains faster. And I do have higher sanity drain as well. If Jin was in the picture, I know it's not, but if it was in the picture, we'd know it wasn't a Jin. Alright. I'm going to cautiously keep this out, just in case. Did it blow out the candles? It might have while I was outside. Let me put this back. Can't tell if it did or not. Okay, now we get back. Because if it is an Onryo, like I think, I'm quite literally playing with fire on this one. Going to stay out of sight for the moment. I'm actually going to go into the pseudo hiding spot. I'm trying to see if I can listen for anything. I'm actually going to keep this out because the ghost can't see that. I know, most riveting gameplay here, but I want to play it safe and just listen for a moment. Because if it does go off... Okay, I think it's been enough time. I'm gonna go check to see if there... I might be far enough away and I couldn't hear it. I want to go check to see if there's a burned crucifix. If there is, I'm willing to lock in Onryo on this one. I can't tell based on that, no. I'm not far enough away on that to see if it's been blown out. Okay, I'm gonna go check again. Because otherwise, if it's not, I'm willing to say twins then. AKA doppelganger ghost. Plot twist, the ghost just waited on the last one to... That way I'm in the room right before it tries to kill me. I'd be so mad.
Imagine if he goes like, "Ha! I'm a demon."
Surprise! It can't be a demon.
I know.
Okay, there... It is not... Oh, it burned a cruci. It burned a cruci. It is for sure an Onryo. Does that count as a... Yeah, burn cruci. The only way that happened, that's an Onryo for sure. Because my sanity is at 90%, that hunt will occur regardless of sanity. Twins can't hunt until 50%. Onryo also can't hunt until 60%, or... I think it's either plus 5 or plus 10% per death. Yeah, that's definitely Onryo. To be fair, I probably didn't notice it because the fact it wasn't that, but yeah, no, it's definitely an Onryo. That got burned, so we got 2 Onryos in a row.
Huh.
And as I said, we know it wasn't a mimic, at least we could verify that not being a mimic. We actually would have had a harder time if it was ghost orbs, ironically enough. Yeah, Onryo.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Not the most amount, but I mean, it's still pretty good. I mean, it's still like, what, 800? 1100. Alright, investigation post. Forgot to factor that in. But yeah, it's still 1100. I mean, we barely got any... We got 1 mission. And we barely got any media, and that was still 1140 bucks. That's solid money.
True.
Alright, let me go ahead and...
For a one-night job?
I'm gonna go ahead and preempt it by a 17th, knowing that I'm going to need that. I'll just leave that a 17 for right now. I do need to start marking them down. Because technically they get counted as used. This I like keep at, I'm actually keep 20 spares. Because that's, I'm more concerned with this than I'm with this. Because these keep me alive. What's the challenge for this week? Oh, we got this one as well. This one I have for just, I need to go back and actually do it. But that one's specifically for Lighthouse Keeper. Because it turns out you could have a custom mode with like a friendly ghost on, and as long as you technically identify it correctly, it will count for the purposes of Lighthouse Keeper. So that one is just, I mean, the one downside is I don't get any money from it, even from like media or bones or anything of that sort. And it does mean that if I do lose out on like my salt usage and all that, so I do lose that little bit of money on the salt if I need to use it for UV. But like that's the worst that I have to deal with, especially because I can set it to 3 evidence. I have infinite sprint. The ghost is friendly. I have 150 speed. You know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is the stuff that I'm using. So you can see. Yeah, 50. Or I thought it's 200%. It doesn't matter. Yeah, 150%. So I lose. I'll just go everything there. Technically, I could have it a little bit higher, but like if I had it down to like right here, I'd actually have a little bit better. But like as you say, it's not that much of a difference. And I'd rather just keep it to where I can get 25% because I know I get full sanity starting out the cost of 1 thing.
Well, honestly,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I have it intentionally set to no broom changing with as well. Because it means that I can actually focus on the ghost and learning 2 evidence more without the ghost actively wandering around and changing rooms. So I have always set to heavy rain because heavy rain A is the biggest modifier. I'm used to the temperature with it, and it means that it won't be too warm in the house. Which isn't great for a Hantu, but for most other ghosts, you know, I don't mind having something that's it's going to warm up eventually, and it'll still be like 15 degrees. But it's better than snow, because snow means it's going to be cold no matter what, which means if you get a Hantu, it's just going to be zipping around. And like heavy rain, you can at least still have, like outside of the ghost room, you can still have like 10, 15 degrees in there, where the ghost is going to be kind of slow.
Yes.
Like I've had a Hantu when I was playing Grafton at one point with the setup before, and the Hantu zoomed out of the room that it was in when I was in it. And I had to sprint for my life. But then as soon as it got, like the more it got downstairs, the slower it got until it was literally at a crawling pace where I could loop it around the table without any problem. Like I didn't even have to run. I could just walk at 75% speed and I was still able to loop it. It was so funny.
It was like, I got you, fam. Here I go.
Yeah, it had 1 chance to catch me and failed. But yeah, we just have low hiding spots. I mean, I lose a little bit there. I'm like, I'd rather have to slight over 4. And I'm like, sanity monitor being off is a negligible difference too. Plus, I'd rather the sanity monitor than this, even though it's basically the same difference. Activity monitor is useful for a couple things, like checking for EMF. You can get a general idea about EMF, and you can use it to check for twins. Like, if we had it on before, I could have checked the graph to see if it curved at all in any form. Because that would have definitely ruled out twins a lot sooner. I mean, we had an idea it was an Onryo already, but it was just, you know, sometimes you just gotta test a little bit. Speaking of testing things, have you noticed on the channel, out of curiosity, that I got little channel point things that you can use now? I know some of it's like set to sound. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get more figured out. I'm trying to figure out other redeems, but it's like it's a lot harder than you would think just to figure that out. I'm like, I don't know what people want. I know it would be cool, but I'm like, also some of that doesn't always apply to what I'm playing. Like I have a character select thing that's usually just for Warframe. So if someone wants to see me play as a specific frame for a mission or 3, then
it will be fun for when I come back to Warframe. When I regain my human form.
When I regain my human form. I've told you about the non-wisp, right? I don't remember. I've told a couple people
You already
about that.
bothered me enough about that.
Okay, yeah, no, I triggered you about that. I know I know I told someone about. I know I told a couple people about that. I don't remember if you were among those that I did.
Thoroughly.
Yeah, it's cursed. It is cursed.
It's not cursed. It's Gunner logic.
It's what logic?
Gunner logic.
You're not wrong. Literally, I know one of the guys from DE literally even talked about how big her butt was at one point. I think it was her butt anyway.
and to be
And I'm like,
completely fair,
why?
and to be completely fair to the people who might look at me saying it's Gunnar logic and say, "Oh, I'm just
It's the
because
Warframe community. They've embraced it.
she deserves to be beautiful and stuff, and it's not Gunnar logic." My man, the Harrow is a priest, and you made him hot.
I was really expecting Old Man Harrow. I'm not gonna lie. Old Man Harrow would have been cool. Young Harrow, I'm not opposed to.
I have to remind everyone that, to be completely honest, Harrow in lore, okay,
Yeah, I know there's a
in
lot of people
lore,
not happy about the Harrow situation. I know that too.
it's a
Oops.
kid.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot I turned off the locations on this. Okay, so it could be here. It could be here. It could be here. There's 2 downstairs locations. We'll check there first.
I must keep myself calm as to not devolve into my lore master self.
But yeah, I know with Wisp, I know one of the guys that was like in charge of I think it's Steve specifically. I could be wrong on that one, don't quote me. I know one of them was talking about like, yeah, we know what you people like with Wisp. Like he even commented about her appearance. I think it was he was talking about her butt, I believe. But don't quote me on that.
I mean, well, you know what you like. You like the nuns.
I don't
Jesus.
know, it's just I know people are going crazy over Wisp more than Harrow, which is why I bring it up. That and it's like it's very cursed to me. 7. Ouija board is in there. Well, I think we know where the ghost is. Ghost has to be somewhere around here. Because the fact that the rocking chair went off, that means the ghost has to be within event range. I'm gonna turn on this light. I have the chance because I'm burning sanity and not in a good way. That does mean that the light is probably upstairs. It's very likely. If it's not, I'm gonna go check my sanity and run back out real quick. Yeah, it's up here. Okay, that's not bad. That is an option. I'm just gonna hold this in case I was wrong in my guesstimate. As I said, the ghost has to be somewhere, because I know the ghost can't roam too far. There is a limitation to it, even with the high roaming capabilities. Give me a second, let me look at my... Is that ghost orbs, or is that... Because I can do this now. I don't want to turn on too many lights is the problem, though. Not seeing any ghost orbs. I'm gonna go put the camera right here for the moment. And I'm gonna take a temperature reading right around here. 8.5. It could have been, you know, it could be. What are we getting right here? 9. It's not in here. I wonder. It's not here because that's 11. The problem is that we're getting. I mean, I guess it could technically be there based on the 7, but it's still technically within the range of possibility. 8.3. As I said, the more I'm looking at it, the more likely it is. Yeah, no, it's definitely right there. It's just not cooled down enough. That's probably why. Yeah, if we're going at 13, it's definitely in here. Alright, let me go check again with the camera. I say as I toss it.
Let me check the camera. Yeet.
Yeet. Alright. I'm inclined to say no ghost orbs, so we can rule out mimic. Got darker for a moment. I'm gonna go check this room real quick to see if the hiding spot is I mean, there is a pseudo hiding spot here. It's still pseudo hiding spot, but it's not actually there in full. So it would still be something of a death trap. Let me check in this back room here to see if that one spawned. Oh, Bone's here. Could go in here. There is a hiding spot there. Okay. There is a pseudo hiding spot back there. I'm going to close this room off though. And this one, because I know the ghost is not going to be going into any of them. And if I know the door's open, I know the ghost did it then. Alright, this is downstairs at least. I kinda am... Yeah, 10.9. Let me check something. 12.6. Hang on. Hang on. This ain't right. Were we wrong? Oh, you know what it could be?
What?
I'm starting to suspect the ghost might be upstairs.
Den.
Yep. I want to check in here just to be sure. But the fact that we're getting 10 degrees there, in comparison to before, like, it would definitely be getting colder if the ghost was still there. And the ghost can't change rooms based on the settings. So that leaves that I was wrong on my guesstimates, and it was just an abnormally low reading for what would have been considered normal. You heard that, right?
I heard a scream.
No, you didn't hear a scream. You heard a metal.
No.
It's in the
I heard a
power
scream.
room. It's in the
Here.
power room. You troll!
Jesus.
Oh my goodness, you troll. You didn't scare me, but it was just, I saw that coming from a mile away when I came in. But I'm not happy about it. Ghost orbs. I don't know why it's not letting me capture them, but I did see ghosts. Not an Oni. Look, unless that was a weird, false, bugged out ghost orbs, we should have ghost orbs. I want to put this right here. That's annoying. That explains, though. That explains a lot. Power room is effectively right above where that rocking chair would be. It would have been within 16 meters. I believe is the... It's a Revenant. I'm dead. It's a Revenant. It's a Revenant.
Yeah, so that's a relief. You know?
Yeah, I was starting to worry that my sanity was gonna get low. I was about to go outside and be like, oh, I need to take some pills. And then the door shut. It's a Revenant. It saw me and booted. I should have stayed crouched. I wasn't sure. No, it was a Fae.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Oh, you know what it might have been? It might have been a super young Fae. That's probably why. I wasn't in the room for very long and had a super high hunting threshold. How much sanity did I lose? 37%. That explains enough. I was just under minimum threshold. This thing was probably at 75 still. Actually, I guess that makes sense, yeah. Because I was going to say it makes sense that... To be fair, I know young Fae can be very fast. That probably explains why I thought it was a Revenant immediately. Oh, that's frustrating, though, nonetheless. Oh, well. There goes, like, 2K. Buy a couple spares of this. I'll buy 17 just to get that extra. Same thing with this. That's fine. Okay, I burned some money. Yeah, no, I knew that immediately. Like, as soon as the door shut, I was like, I'm so dead. And my immediate internal thoughts, I'm so dead. Like, you know that moment where just the dread sets in? Because, as I said, that
Yup.
Fae, we were not in the room for that long. That Fae absolutely could have hunted at 75%, and it did! We're gonna run it back on here. As I probably should have realized sooner that the ghost was not, in fact, downstairs. I probably could have played a little bit better about that, but that was just so unlucky that I had just barely enough. I was 2% below the minimum that I needed.
Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
So if I had 3% sanity more, I would have been safe. And obviously, I was going to go check for ghost orbs, which I would have probably... As I said, considering we thought I had ghost orbs, it is very likely I had ghost orbs. As I said, if I had not... If the ghost had not seen me, it would have probably been fine. I mean, it was still... To be fair, I probably should have recognized the speed as well, now that I'm thinking about it. I probably should have recognized that with the speed, it probably was not a Revenant. Because a Revenant would have been faster. Or slower, rather. Considering it came downstairs pretty quickly. Admittedly, that should probably be my cue that it's not a Revenant, stay down. Also, I don't know why I would have stayed up if I thought it was a Revenant either. That was just a really dumb idea by me. I guess maybe I can't even take what my gut feeling was. Maybe it was just... Maybe it was just... Maybe Diogen? Either way, not a good... I fumbled the bag on that one. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I'm hoping the power's down here. Just that way I don't have to deal with it later. Nope, upstairs again. Of course, I probably should have checked upstairs first at this rate. Alright, I'm gonna go outside just to make sure, considering the last attempt was, it went a certain way. I'm gonna go check what the sanity I have is. I'd rather burn a pill and survive than die already. Okay, we're at 90. Okay, it's a lot less than I thought it was, even with 150% drain. I think it would have been at 90. What? 96. But yeah, no, I got too caught up on the rocking chair. I probably should have been a little bit more proactive in checking that, especially because I could have gotten ghost orbs if I had just checked that room. But yeah, that was a fumble on my end. But yeah, the ghost did exactly what I was telling you about earlier, about the ghost doing two things, one after the other, because it did an event, and then immediately afterwards it ghost orbed, or airballed me. But you know, great for knowing it's not an Oni, bad if the ghost is about to jump me. I'm gonna turn this off because I don't think it's in that room. I'm gonna go to this hallway and turn. I'm gonna go downstairs and get the lights going. Probably should get those. Oh, it's right at the front door. That's really bad, actually. I'm gonna check for ghost orbs while I'm here. But yeah, no, ghost orbs. Ghost at the front door on this map, probably not the best. No, that's a bad spot. Go check straight, please be there. It's not there, could do so again, but it would be dangerous. Alright, let me go check, 'cause I'm gonna minimize my damage that I'm taking, essentially. Hiding spot is blocked off, that's unfortunate. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Ghost orbs. Yes, no. I want to check to see what counts as... That counts as a different room. Bones there. 3.7. Does this count? 1.1. 0.3. Okay, that does not count. 2.1. Upstairs. How far do I have to be upstairs for it to count as a different room? Okay, after the first turn. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do this. I need to check something while I'm outside. Stream. Okay, yep, going good there. Okay, let's fix that. We should be getting an ad break momentarily, just a heads up.
Huh, okay.
Or I thought we were supposed to, because it says pre-roll off. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. My second monitor's being funky real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix that real quick. It won't be very long. But I'd like to be able to see if anything's going on in chat. That's kinda important to me.
Oh.
You know, the usual things.
Best viewer is Trimble. What?
But yeah, sorry, we're gonna have a small moment. I'll still keep talking in the meantime, just so it's not dead air. But yeah, sometimes we gotta fix that. Oh, looks like we're about to get an ad break anyway. Let's do that. And then we'll get this up. There we go. No, hang on. Coming out sound like a chainsaw. I sneezed for one moment. I sound like a chainsaw. Oh yeah, in the meantime, while we're waiting for just in general anything, have you heard what was going on in Indonesia apparently, Coffee? I know you're a big fan of One Piece, you'll find this amusing. So over in Indonesia apparently, I don't know what's going on over there specifically, but there's like some kind of riots or something going on, protests, something like that, I'm not sure. Something involving the government. I don't know the exact details beyond that, but they started streaming. They started waving the straw hat flag in place of like their country's flag to protest, and the government's apparently over there is marking it as a terrorist symbol apparently, or something along that lines. Seems like it's being used as a symbol of terror or something like that. Which you have to admit, that is hilarious.
Well, I knew the world government was hiding somewhere.
Yeah, apparently it's over in the Eastern world. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Just let me get this done here. That should be. I know we started a couple minutes burning doing this, doing nothing. As I apologize. Normally it's a lot more consistent. There we go. Should be. Because I know sometimes for context for anyone that is curious, I don't remember if I mentioned before, I use a TV as my second monitor essentially. And go figure that TV sometimes does not like keeping the stream up properly. On the side, as I said, I got one that's just not signed in or anything. It was just going, not everything's going to break. Go fix the go reset the data on it. Just why I keep it signed out as well. There's not really a reason to. But yeah. I hope no one new is watching. It'd be the most awkward way for someone to find me right now.
Huh.
Yeah, why is he just sitting there menacingly? No, just because everything's not working properly, that's why. Alright, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that once again. Alright, let's get that fixed. We have everything working again. I can actually see chat now. Alright, did we figure out what the room was? No, we didn't. 89%, okay. Like 90%, so that's not too bad. Oh, wait, no, it's front room.
Oh, looking at that, we sure went through it.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of that drain was literally going upstairs and downstairs and all of that, trying to figure out where the power was. We lost more from the power than anything else happening.
Here, there, everywhere. We're gonna
Literally,
call.
yes.
Like
On the
Fredbear.
plus side, this is a good moment to allow the room to cool down some, so we can go check the temperature. And
Yeah,
maybe
that's the
we'll have an
problem.
answer.
We're too hot.
I mean, maybe you. Okay, it's not gonna be freezing.
Oh, thank you.
We had like 1.1. If it does have freezing as an evidence, then it's not showing. Problem is, we have 2 evidence. We could easily have freezing as the hidden evidence. As I said, I'm of the opinion that until we know what both pieces of evidence are, I'm gonna mark off that. So we know it's most likely something in this category. Most likely. Alright. Let's go get some other stuff in. Get a camera. Actually, let me get the dots first. Because dots we can easily just set up and let it go. And considering the ghost is right there, we actually might be able to see it from like this distance if the ghost is at a certain spot. So sometimes you just gotta get a little creative with it. But yeah, I don't try to get too political with the stream. Like, that is something I think is really kind of funny and worth noting, just because you'd think out of every other way to protest One Piece of all things. I'm gonna regret this probably, but okay. Let me check the sanity real quick to make sure that I have decent amount. I want to be above a certain threshold before I try anything dumb. And that includes returning the power back on. Is Jin an option? Well, we know it's not a Jin no matter what. It turned off the power on its own. 85%, highest it's gonna go, naturally, barring any abilities that allow it to hunt automatically like a demon or an Onryo if it's candles. Actually, I wanna play it safe. First of all, actually, I know it just threw something, so we're gonna get a sensor. And then, or a sensor, EMF reader. And we're also gonna get an incense, just in case of worst case scenario. That way we don't have a Thay situation. And that's exactly what I was talking about before with the Thay, I was talking about getting caught with your pants down. Was that too long? It doesn't matter. I said, you don't want to get caught with your pants down. I was like, if you think the ghost could even potentially hunt, you gotta carry an incense with you. At worst, you look foolish. At best, it saves your life. Yeah, that ghost definitely turned off the power. as much as I don't want to, I'm gonna try and only run as much as I need to right now. Just that way the ghost isn't gonna jump me out of left field. Because of the fact I stood too much in the dark. Let me go double check again. Shouldn't be, but yeah, it's still 3. I'll turn this off just in case. Let's see. We've not confirmed anything about dots. We've not confirmed anything. Alright. I'll just bring this in and I'll toss it inside with me. I'm gonna go back out for more supplies. No reason to go back in unless... Well, technically I did go back in, but... An irrelevant detail. An irrelevant detail. I'm walking sideways. I'm crab walking it. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, let's do this. Let's grab this in the process. 83%. What are you feeling? What are we feeling? I almost hope I'm gonna have to get this one too, because it's considered in the same room partially. Yep. Pop on my end. It's funny. Got me more than the game. Alright. Well, I got it at the very end. Let me check something real quick. It's not possible that the ghost is in the kitchen, right? Or this room? 'Cause there is something in here. No. Okay, definitely not. It was just close enough that it interacted with it. Okay, I wanted to reconfirm on that. I wanted to reconfirm. What kind of noise did I get? Okay, I barely got it.
Oh, thank you for the breath, sister.
I mean, I got it literally at the end of the thing. I saw that the thing was going off and I picked it up. I managed to get it. So, yeah. Alright. I mean, it counts for something at the very least. So we take it. It's not gonna be I mean, what is it? Like, it's $7. I mean, we multiply that by 4, it's 28. It's whatever, but it's $28. Did I grab a ghost stick? I didn't even. I forgot to drop it in. Got distracted with the ghost doing other things. Go figure. Go figure. You got any ideas what this ghost might be?
That's what she is.
Angry. EMF 4. The singing ghost doesn't tell us anything. Could have UV. Could have ghost writing. EMF 5 is looking as a possibility. That's concerning, considering EMF 5 is a pain in the butt. We need 2 sounds. Let's get the ghost during a hunt. I'm not keen on that unless I really need to. Because I'm the kind of person, if I don't have to have the ghost hunt, I'd rather we don't. Not because I'm a scared little man, but just because of the fact of if we don't need the ghost to hunt, we don't need to get the ghost to hunt. There's a lot less risk involved. Turned off a light. Didn't turn on a light, that's the problem. Oh, you know what? It's actually a good thing. No fingerprint. Might have been too late. I'm gonna move this slightly. Because that covers out... Actually, let me put this right, like, right here. Oh, fake hunt.
My lady, why? What did it do to you? Oh, Jesus.
We died to a Thay in the meantime while you were gone. We got really unlucky. Ghost was upstairs. I thought it was downstairs. And it literally hunted at the minimum threshold it could, basically. It had 75%. I hit 73%, and it immediately went, yeah, you're cooked. Alright, I didn't grab a camera. We got UV, though. It was a full anger thing. That's why it was at 75% still. As I said, we were downstairs. Ghost was upstairs. It got to 75%. I had 73%, and it hunted immediately before I could get outside to check my sanity. So it was still very angry. If it was like a 15% Thay, that would have been embarrassing. But yeah, no, it schmooved over. Like, I thought it was a Revenant for how fast it was, which, to be fair, a full-speed Thay is very close in speed to a Revenant. Like, I thought that thing saw me and bolted towards me.
You deserved it.
In the meantime, we missed the opportunity to get the... I can get it again. Put more salt down. We did confirm UV is one of them. You know what we haven't checked? We haven't done confirmation of? We haven't checked for Goryo. Goryo
Isn't that
Goryo's the one that dots won't happen unless you're looking at the camera. We've not done that. We've not checked for dots on the ghost. Besides
why
naked
didn't
eye. To be fair, we were kind of focused on other things. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna come back with some more salt. But yeah, you didn't miss too much. We got 2 Onryos in a row. They killed us. We're trying to figure out what this is now. Let me get some more salt. What do we have left still? Spirit box. I think we got a rejection on the spirit box.
They don't want to chat.
Diogen I've never died to. Like, Diogen is, I would say, heck, even if when we eventually get to the point where we're having that, the Apocalypse Challenge, whether it be the bronze, silver, or gold, especially like silver and gold, we definitely want a Dio. A Dio would be so nice. I'm actually gonna go ahead and... I know... footprint. And B, I can do a 2-for-1 special. I can check for disturbed salt, and I can look to see if we got any dots. Any show recommendations? What kind of show are you looking for specifically? We're talking anime, TV shows, reality shows. I watch a lot of cooking channel, but I'm also just, I like cooking. So I'm biased with that. I'm not going to deny. I'm very biased with that. So if you're a cooking kind of person, might be pretty good. But if you're not, then, well, you're not. Preferably anime or TV show. Let's see. As I said, I'm a big fan of One Piece. I was talking about it while you were gone. But have you heard, apparently something's been going on in the country Indonesia, and they've been all putting the straw hat flag. I wanted to take a pill just in case.
Now, being a straw hat is a crime.
Yeah,
in
they
Indonesia.
said, not good, no good, we don't like that. Something, I don't know the exact details, but I know it's something like they're like treating it like it's a terrorist symbol, or they are calling it a terrorist symbol, or something along those lines. I don't know the exact details. Honestly, I get a chance to. I'm gonna have to ask Avi about it a little bit more. Fair enough. I know One Piece, there is an edit version of it called One Piece, which is basically... Cuts out all, I believe cuts out most of the filler, like all the non-canon filler, and it's also trimmed down a little bit better. So you could try to do that, but I understand if it's still too long. I know One Piece has been around for a while.
It's been around, like around the time I was born.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a while. Like I know it's older than I am.
If it's older than me, then of
Well, yeah.
course it's older than you.
Well, to be fair, people don't know that you're older than me.
I mean, when I say it is kind of impossible, never mind.
It's older than me, I know that. Fair enough, yeah. 2 sound recorder. You know what we can do?
Plus,
You can
plus,
get both of these. Why would
um,
I get this? I don't need it.
me and Vex, we actually met in a One Piece role playing game.
Well, I was gonna say, I knew about you beforehand. I know we were playing. This is back in the days of. Oh god, I'm gonna say, I'm doxing myself. I'm like, wait, no, I'm not like doxing myself. But there was a while. There was a time when I used to play on Beyond, and there was like a handful of games on there. I won't say which ones I played because that will definitely reveal who I was say. Well, actually, won't reveal who I am, but at least it'll narrow it down. And there's a reason I'm streaming with a personal avatar and I'm doing the whole VTuber thing rather than just regular or like with face cam or some such there. There's a reason for that. Not because I'm like afraid of people knowing, it's just it's preferable, and I'm like, it'd be weird if I were to tell them like, oh yeah, I was this person on this website. But there were a few different games that I played, and there were a couple One Piece ones on there. Obviously, they had to go around copyright, so it was something involving pirates always. But there was one of them we played, and he and I were both Marines in it. We also met a couple other really nice people that are there that I still talk to. If any of you've seen any of you've seen Noble Kame by any chance, I call him Turtle. I mean, well, Kame is turtle in Japanese. But also,
Turu-turu.
I was gonna say he's another friend of mine. I definitely have him my recommended watch thing on there. I know that for a fact. I know he's on there. But I know Noble Kame. I can find his thing there at some point. I just type it. Let me go ahead and put my drink
I
down.
mean,
Taking a sip.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't dox yourself that you say about that you talk about our time on Beyond.
Yeah,
It's more about
funny man.
it's more about going full, like, in there you go to play games because games need to be fun, not because the graphics, because the
Yeah, I was gonna
graphics
say you do
are
it, and then it's like you get
complete
nice.
horse Twitch.
Yeah, it's not like I would go there like to stream that though. The games aren't always the best quality, and I know a lot of them are very like roleplay heavy and text focused. So I know that would make like it would be boring because sometimes you're waiting literally 5 minutes for a response, and that's not an exaggeration. Like 5-10 minutes is not uncommon, depending on how detailed you are with someone else. What was I gonna do again? I still need to get ghostwriting, spirit box, EMF dots. Right, camera. That's what it was. The camera was not set up properly. I like how my avatar's blocking out the name that I have set there. That's funny. No ghostwriting. I'm setting down another one, like, right here. Spread these out a little bit. Let me go check where'd I put the funny temperature stick at. I'm just going right here, out of the way. I'm reconfirm. Yeah, it's still here. Actually, why am I reconfirming? I know it literally can't move. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do all 3 of these. I want to do another text. Everything still hurts. What do you mean? What happened? Are you okay? Okay, we know it's not book then. We just got confirmation it's not book. The ghost basically just helped us out. Okay, it's definitely not spirit box. Well, could be as a hidden, but Yeah, I'm willing to bet that it's probably either a Goryo or it's EMF. I hope you feel better, for what it's worth. I know I'm just effectively some random guy on the internet, but I hope you feel better.
Oh well, I do hope you get better as well.
Alright, we're gonna go check the video one. This is good enough. I can at least see mostly with it. I might try to set up another camera to test. We got no spirit box as a response. Ghost writing was physically thrown. Doesn't mean that's out of the picture in time.
Yeah, not
I didn't die.
entirely.
You can't just tell play that I died. Logically, Goryo is the most likely answer, because the problem is we most likely have EMF. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We probably have EMF. And that's the hardest part. We really can't tell easily for EMF outside of getting it like blow out candles or some other stuff like that. Because we confirmed no temperatures because it hasn't frozen. Because like out of all these, we know it's not a Jinn. Dark
Oh
Souls
well.
Demon,
Thun-
another Dark Souls, okay. Mimic is not possible, no
Thunderstorm is
orbs.
picking up, so if I vanished, you already know why.
Okay. Phantom. I haven't taken a photo of it while it was in any form. Banshee, we would have probably known it was a Banshee by now. Especially because we can confirm. We know that evidence is not this, because it physically threw it. No spirit box response, no ghost orbs. Freezing temps, as I said. Goryo is most likely the answer here, but it literally could be any of these ones here. Even if we narrow it down to... First of all, I need to make that louder next time I get a chance to, because that's a little bit quieter than I thought it would be. Second of all, Titus. I hear that Titus start laughing. Knew immediately. Titus laugh is great. Alright, let me go on to... right here. Let me go on to alerts and turn that louder. Put that up for like... make that a little bit louder. Space Marine Titus. Here, you know what? I'll play it. I'll play it as well. Yeah. I can play it too anytime I want. That's the fun part. I'm actually go ahead. What part are you confused on? My sound alert's a little bit louder, actually. Oh yeah, I have this really cursed one. I have infinite channel points, yeah. I'm gonna do it right now, actually. I'm gonna do the other one right now while we're here. If we're goofing off for a moment, I can do this too. This one's awful. Why did it delay for so long? Oh, Titus is a character from Final Fantasy. It's one of the characters from the Final Fantasy games. So there's a whole meme of Titus doing like this really, really cursed laugh. Oh yeah, anyway, we have Springtrap jump scare in here too for 2,500 points. And I have limited it to the amount of times per stream it can happen, mostly because of the fact of, as cool as y'all are, I don't feel like getting jump scared every 10 minutes. Just because. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna get set to record as well, because I know we're doing decently. Fair enough. I've played a little bit of the Final Fantasy games. EMF 5, I was spot on. Alright, we know what the other pieces of evidence are, we can figure out what the ghost is. Is there anything we can rule out immediately? We got EMF 5, I was right. Jin, turn off the power. Can't do that. Obake... I don't think so. Myling, it's not been super talkative. I think it's a Goryo. No, it can't be a Goryo. Never mind. It can't be a Goryo. EMF 5 and Ultraviolet. It would have to have dots if it was a Goryo. Jin isn't possible because it's turned off the power. Obake or Myling? I think it's Myling, probably. It could be Obake. No, I haven't seen it touch anything with fingerprints, and the problem is I can't... I'll keep it right now. I guess one of the easiest ways might be... It could be an Obake. I honestly think it might be an Obake. I have it marked right now, too. I think it might be an Obake. I was gonna say go be Goryo, but I'm like, no, it has to be. And it has UV. UV is a forced evidence for an Obake because of its ability. So there is a really good chance that it could be an Obake, actually, considering that factor. It still could be a Myling, but Myling isn't forced evidence. I'm gonna go ahead and check to see with salt again. I'm gonna put one thing of salt down, have it step in it. We'll see if we get footprints or anything there. If we get one case where it just doesn't have footprints, it's definitely an Obake. Still doesn't mean it couldn't be, but it's a lot more likely. But yeah, I'm thinking. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep the bony thing on.
And there he goes. We have a footprint.
We do have a footprint. Let me check to see if we have any other footprints that are nearby. I don't know if I can count any of the toes we have.
It's too close. It's too close to the wooden logs. It can go under them.
Yeah.
But we did have a footprint.
That's good. We're trying to test right quick for
Jesus.
We got EMF 5 like I think it just used its ability. EMF 2 just happened. We didn't have anything going off, and it stepped in salt right when it happened. I think it used its ability. Yeah, it definitely
I'm
did.
sorry, what's its ability again?
I'll explain in a second. It's definitely an Obake. My gut feel, I was gonna say Roger Bear was definitely right about that. I don't know if Roger Bear still has ads going, so I'm gonna give it a second.
They probably do, because so do I.
Well, I was gonna say, well, one thing, I mean, my thing it doesn't, but I know some cases I've gotten like 15-second ads where I'm like, I know it's been over, and I know it's not. Anyway, so I think it's definitely Obake as well, because as soon as it stepped in salt, EMF 2 just happened, and there were no footprints. That's the Obake's ability. It has I think it's a 20 or 25% chance, I forget which. It has an ability where it just won't leave footprints or fingerprints. I believe that generates EMF. And it didn't drop EMF, as I said, it was perfect timing as well. Like, as soon as it stepped, EMF went off for EMF 2. So I think it's definitely an Obake, knowing that. Because,
well,
as I said, we got EMF 5, like I thought we did, up with the candle. We didn't get dots, so we couldn't be a Goryo. It turned off the power switch to Jin, so it's either Myling or Obake. UV is forced for Obake. I'm willing to try and get another. I'm willing to try and get another sound while we're here, because Obake, we have a lot of time before it will try to kill us. Let's put it like that. I'm willing to try a little bit longer.
But it's not impossible. Do remember that.
Oh, did I get it? Laughing. Okay, counted. I didn't think we would have gotten it, but okay, if it counts, it counts. Perfect. That gives me the 2 Obake that I needed. That gives me the sound that I needed for the quest. At the very minimum, even if we get the ghost wrong, we can still get at least some money from the quests. Because we got that done with 50-50. And the problem is it's going to take way too long to have the ghost hunt. And even then, Obake still does shapeshift while it hunts. Problem is, it happens very quickly. So, I'd rather not wait 10 minutes for it to hunt, and we've already spent enough time as is on this map. It's probably an Obake. Let's lock it in. It was an Obake, yeah.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know how I blanked on the fact that it couldn't have been a Goryo for so long until I realized, wait, no, it didn't give dots. So yeah, that means the hidden piece of evidence, I think is it freezing temps that it has? Or is it spirit box? I'm gonna go check. Ghost writing, freezing temps, it's spirit box. No, it's not spirit box. It's ghost orbs. That's what it was. Ghost orbs. No gorbs. You know what? I'm feeling. Normally I would go back to Bleasdale. I don't feel like sorting through 20 things there. We're gonna do, given the time for stream, because I want to keep it at a decent time for everyone. I don't want to go too far into it. We'll go once more into Tanglewood.
okay.
Normally I would have gone back into Bleasdale, but that's my favorite map. Anyone that knows me well knows that's my favorite map after the rework. The old version used to suck. New one's cool. Alright. Got everything? Oh yeah, that's right. While you were gone, they changed the way everything works. That way it's now in, like, for the most part, in multiples of 5 on level ups, as you can see. So, like, Cruci level 3 is 80 instead of 90 now. But also you got a whole bunch of stuff that's here, like 80. I think they dropped it. It's either 65 or 75. This is 70. This is 65 now instead of being what it was before. Level, like, 50 or whatever it was for the Igniter, like 50, 55. I got Igniter 3. I had it unlocked already on the rework, though. And Dots is also available much earlier, too, now. Thermometer level 3, I believe, is later, though. But, you know, considering it's whatever, it's whatever. Oh yeah, we got this funny one. It's not animated, though. If it was animated, I'd use this one actively. I know when the update came, anyone that watched me for a time had access to this. Because apparently I had drops turned on for me. Which I don't automatically put the tag on for it, but I guess it automatically does whenever I'm playing. This one's a fun one, but I'm going to keep this one on. This one's from the event. Alright, what do we got? What do we have?
Get set up before investigating.
2, 3.
Whoever was
Right.
here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object.
Let's get the ghost, 25%. This is easy, as long as I get EMF 2 even, this is easy. This is free. I'm not going to bother trying to get 25% sanity unless it's like a shade, in which case it's really not going to be a threat, or like it's a Thay that's been aged for a while. Can be aged like a fine wine. Except the Thay doesn't really age like a
One
fine
second.
wine, it kind of ages like vinegar. Or like milk. Yeah, I'm very excited that I'm going to be getting emotes for y'all soon. It's just like I got like 5 of them in the works. So I made sure that I got plenty of expression on each of them. So it's not just going to be like the same stuff. Like I made sure when I went through and I talked to the person that I'm working with, we got plenty of expression. 6.4. I'm going to check around this area just in the off chance. Was that Ghost Orbs or was that Ghost Orbs? It's in this room. Somehow accidentally we got it in this room. And that is really up right here, yeah. Alright, we know no Voodoo Doll as well, because Voodoo Doll would have been right here. Alright, so we know that this room, I did think that the temperature was a little bit weird from what it should have been. So yeah, it's right in here. Good news, we've already figured out the ghost room. Let me check for Monkey's Paw. No. No bones here. I'm gonna check to see what if we have it in the basement, because there's a decent chance that it could be in the basement. Neither. Hiding spot in the basement's not active either. So basement is just a death trap. So we're gonna shut that ahead of time. Do we have the mirror? We do have the mirror. I could have used that, but I wouldn't say it's worth the risk. Not with how small this map is. If it was like Sunny Meadows, okay, maybe we have an argument. For a house as small as this, we can go through and really quickly figure out where the ghost is. Oh, I got a DM earlier. I got a DM with the weirdest thing earlier. Something. Let me get out of that house and I can mention specifically. I'm not gonna be in there in case the ghost does a funny on me. I just die because of it. I don't volunteer to be ghost bait. There's what games I had. Someone wanted me to play. I'm trying to remember. Oh, was that in one of the? Oh yeah, someone said that they wanted to see me play XCOM 2, as well as play Honkai Star Rail. Now the first one, I've not played XCOM much. I'm not opposed to the idea, but I know XCOM is also really brutal in the second one, specifically XCOM 2.
Oh, it is.
I know, because I have it. You die so easily. Like, even the tutorial missions, you're gonna die, probably. It's very possible. I know the game gets easier the further you get into it. It's a weird difficulty curve like that, and I know it's like the strategy is let everyone, like, let the project get as high as it can before you have to act, because then you have as much time to prep for it. And then you can kind of play around that notion. So you can try to train up a whole squad. I'm like, I wouldn't be opposed to that because I have the game. But Honkai Star Rail, I know it's a mobile game. I've seen a couple people play it.
Not only a mobile game, you can play it on the PC.
I mean, I know it mostly for being a mobile game. I mean, I've seen ads on it. But I know it's also I know it's by the same people that made Genshin. I know that. And I know Genshin is also clumped in with games like Zenless. So I think Zenless Zone Zero is also made by the same people too. I know that game. I know Wuthering Waves is stuck in there. Nikkei. I know a couple other ones that are in there. All the ones that I know that are like, you would get judged for playing this. I mean, if people want to see it, I can maybe go ahead and see about doing so.
But you'll still get judged.
Look, at that point, I can at least make the argument if people want to see it.
I give the people what they want, even if I like it.
Look, you're suggesting what you want to see from me. My job is to entertain you. If you're tuning into my stream, my job is to entertain you. That's kind of how it works at that point. I'll take a camera picture of the, do that. Bruh moment. Did I get it in time? I did not. I was not fast enough. That same energy is when the ghost has like dots and it continuously trolls you where you're trying to get a photo of it or like videotape it. And you have to have it crawling and it's like, come on ghost, come here. Like it's like a dog or a cat. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. So awkward when that happens. Because you know it's gonna be sitting there for like 3 minutes, like 5 minutes when you're waiting for that to happen. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, I might be willing to do so. If people want to see me play that.
Hey,
You cut out slightly.
it's a good game.
Fair enough. I mean, I believe your boyfriend, I think, plays it, right?
Like, he doesn't play it as active anymore because he kinda did everything. He has to wait for new updates.
fair. I know the game's been out for a decent amount of time too, so there is that. Alright, I'm gonna try and get at least a good chunk of this right here. Like, we got this right here, we got this. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can get to the boxes. I'm gonna see if I can get like right here. Because that'll at least give me a nice connection point too. So that's a nice big line right there that if the ghost goes to, we can kind of see it easily. Dots, okay. We know it's not a Goryo either. Well, it wasn't possible to be. But we know what the ghost is. Banshee's really easy to test for. Yokai, I'm not, you're right. This is a tougher group of ghosts. I mean, as I said, the easiest way to test, we can start ruling out ghosts. Speaking of Dot's ghosts being a pain in the butt, though. I'm trying to get him on like film and like photo. Banshee's gonna be the easiest to test for. I'm going to actually take the microphone in. If I can get Banshee screeching, that would be awesome. Because that means our job here is done.
So you wanted to scream?
I want to hear a Banshee scream because the fact of... It's going to be an instant tell that it's a Banshee. Only a Banshee will have a certain sound cue. You'll know it when you hear it. It's like pretty obvious. That might have just been a Banshee scream. I'm gonna tentative... I'm not sure if that was a Banshee scream or not. I'm going to tentatively mark it as Banshee. Because it sounded like the end of a scream. Was that light on before? Yes, it was. Just flickered. That genuinely startled me. I didn't expect the ghost to just suddenly pop up for a split second. Oh, you know what? You know what? Hear me out on this one. This might be a really good spot for a sound sensor. Just shattered
And
the
there
lights in this room.
goes the light bulb.
Not a great spot for it to break, but it could be worse. It's not in the ghost room, at least. You know what? We're gonna get a sound sensor up, I think. Because that sound sensor, we can go listen, and it could still theoretically screech. I want to see if I can get recorded. Actually, I don't think that spot's going to be really good. I might just have to come in with another camera. We're basically at full. What's the worst of these? Yokai, I believe, is like 70 or 80. And that's only if I'm talking. Raiju 65. Thay is 75, but it's not at 75 if it's a Thay. Because we've been inside the house long enough and inside the ghost room long enough that it's not going to be immediately aggressive if it's a Thay. Oh, if I had the Ouija board right now, I could actually test if it was a Thay and rule it out very easily. I actually wish we had that right now. But yeah, the curse of having two ghosts of the same type in the same stream back to back has returned. Because I have so many cases of it happening with VODs. You can look at several of the VODs that I have. And that is just something that happens. Oh, let's set it like this. Alright, Satan. Satan over here.
Jesus.
I not at all as expecting, but as I'm really hoping to get that screech again that I thought I heard. So I can either disprove that it's a banshee, or I can prove that it's a banshee. Because if I mark it off as something else and it's not a banshee, I'm gonna be mad. And if I mark it as banshee and I'm wrong, I'm gonna be mad as well. So it's like it's a loss either way. Yeah, well, I'm checking this. I know it can't be. Oh, you know what I can do? Oh, I should have. Forgot to take a photo. One thing. Oh well. I'm gonna get that second mic set up. I'm gonna get the second mic set up, and I can actually set them both in the garage. But yeah, we know it's got dots. We know it's got that. As I said, I don't know if they changed the banshee screech is the problem. It's like the big thing. I don't know if they did. Because yeah, that covers me in most of there, but that's not perfect. If I can get set up in one side there, that'd be perfect. I'm gonna get this. We're at 90. There. Alright. I'm gonna get candle set up too. A, so I can watch it get blown out. And B, I can get the EMF photo. So, we know it's not gonna be... Or not. Alright, let's get this like right here. And I'm gonna get this like right here. Because that covers out most of the area. I'm also gonna have to start listening for doors. Because if we get a specific door sound, we could figure out if it's... One click on the door. No. Alright, is there anything else I can do? Realistically? Actually, I was gonna say, we know it's not a mimic because it was dots. This pump scrap, put this right here. I want this blown out. It also means if we get the ghost to come by, I can record it too. But yeah, this is where I wish I had a second person, because we could actually go ahead and do a lot more testing. But... it is what it is. Ghost really doing a lot of roaming around, I guess. I'm really not gonna blow out the candle. I gave you a nice little gift. It's your birthday. Don't mean to accidentally toggle night vision. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Told you it's your birthday. Want to have a celebration? Are you serious? said it before, but I will say it again. Every time the ghost has a chance to troll, it will take that opportunity. I have never seen a ghost, especially a dots ghost, that will not troll. He goes, nah. I definitely wouldn't have recorded it even if I had pressed and held the entire time. It would not have given me enough time to do so. I think I need like 3 full seconds of it walking for it to count. That's kind of the problem. Got anything in this direction? Yes, no, maybe so. Did bro just hiccup? I think I just heard the ghost hiccup. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna go ahead and put this camera like right here. And we're just gonna go over to the car. And we're gonna both try to watch. And we're gonna listen. See what we get. I don't think it's a Ure. I've not heard any of the doors double. At least to my knowledge, I don't think I heard any of the doors double. And we have a whole bunch of the room set for sound. I could probably slightly angle it a little bit better, but... What do we have as options again? Thay, Ure, Yokai, Raiju. Is it like 80%? So it's still above 80%, so it wouldn't help if I started screaming at the ghost in game chat. I'm trying to think, is there anything in particular that would help me narrow the yokai? I mean, I guess I could go in. I only could do. This is ballsy. But you know what? We die, we die.
We die.
Alright, what we're gonna do is I want to find... Jeez, you startled me for a moment.
Oh yes, sorry.
Alright, what I'm gonna do something real dumb. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this as well. I'm getting a torchlight, UV light. So I have some swarm of light that's not gonna attract the ghost over, and then we're gonna do something really, really dumb. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out where the ghost is based on its sound. I'm not hearing anything with the garage. Did I not turn on the microphone? No, I'm not hearing anything. Ooh. Ooh. Because I want to see if I can hear how fast this thing goes. Because if it's a Raiju, it's going to speed up near electronics. If it's a Thay, it's going to be a lot slower. We can at least narrow down those two. And if I still, assuming I'm not dead, if I still think... Well, I was gonna say, also I can kind of see if it hunts at all at a weird range. If I kill myself at like 60%, I can actually go ahead and check to see if it's a Raiju as well. Because this won't be a 50%, this is a 50%er. 50%er, 50%er. Probably below 50 at this point. So I'm probably going to do something like that. Because it means that I can also test really easily for a Raiju or anything of that sort too. Problem is, I actually probably want to move the flashlight away, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because if that ghost sees me, I'm cooked. That's the problem. I want to put the flashlight right here. So if it's a Raiju, it's going to have time. I'm also going to reorientate the microphones to be a little bit like this. That one flickering. Do that because it covers out the room. I'm gonna go sound. No, nothing sound. Parabolic mic? Of course. Of course. The one thing that does have me curious is I don't know if it's a banshee trying to head to my last known location, or if it's just the ghost just wandering. I was kind of going at regular speed too. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use a little itty bitty of the let me check my sanity real quick. I want to see how much that did. I want to get an estimate myself. Okay, we're at like 60%. Oh, we have crucifixes in there actually. Honestly, that's not terrible. What the? Okay, okay, it just went to the door where I was right there. It evented right on the door. No, you know what? I'm pretty certain. I'm gonna be, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be mad. Consider the ghost just went straight for the door where I literally was seconds ago. Like a banshee does. I'm pretty sure I heard part of a banshee scream. And the fact that I've been seeing it a lot in the area, I'm pretty certain it's a banshee. And there's, worst case, it's a 1 in 5. I could be wrong. It was a banshee. I was spot on. I did hear a banshee scream. Yeah, I thought that was a banshee because, as I said, that was the end of a banshee scream earlier. And as I said, that ghost popping up right at the doorway and eventing right at the doorway, right as I had gotten in, was way too sketchy. Especially considering it was also heading towards where I was before. That was way too sketchy for it not to have been a banshee. I'm glad my gut feeling was right. On 2 evidence. Because it was way too... Like, Yuri, I didn't hear any doors. I touched doors several times. I didn't hear it, like, double sound anything. I didn't hear... What was it? Ghost orbs. Yokai, again, I feel like, so we were at 65% sanity. Raiju, I think it would have probably tried to hunt by now. But even then, I was willing to sit in there for another moment or two. But as I said, the one thing that really gave it away was the fact that, as I said, the Banshee scream at the beginning, when I started checking, the end of it, that gave it away. I thought that was, but as I said, the fact that it went to the doorway, when I was at the doorway, a couple seconds after I was there, when I was heading back in, it had 2 opportunities to track to there. It would either track to there because the fact that I was just there before, or it was tracking to my location at that very moment and knew I was at the door there. So it ran over to my location and did an event there. See, that was, as I said, gut feeling came in clutch there. But yeah, given the time, I think I will be ending off stream here.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a pretty good time, all things considered. Only died once. How many times have we
Once.
died? How many times have we died at all? I'm curious, because we've only died a handful of times. And I know a good chunk of those times was like therapy goofing off and getting me killed intentionally. Most deaths to Thay, go figure. 6. I've died 8 times as a whole. I've died 8 times as a whole. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's probably most to with Thay. Actually, I'm just gonna exit this right here. Well, let's exit entirely. Let's just go back to the main menu. But yeah, we still... I still need the Revenant. I still need that darn Revenant. But hey, I'll take 4 out of 5. It's pretty good, and as I said, I mean, we had 4 out of those 5 were on 2 evidence. And I said the only reason why you died to the Thay was just the Thay took the first opportunity it could to hunt, basically. That's kind of just what happened. So, is what it is. But yeah, thank you all, Haplings, for popping into the stream. We'll be back on Monday. We'll probably be playing Persona 5 again. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be completely honest, because I was going to say maybe a little bit of Memento stuff, probably a bunch of Confidant stuff, because we're kind of just in a weird spot right now where we did the 3rd palace, we still have a little bit of time, and we're kind of just working on the social aspect. I mean, I know we got most of it left taken care of. Oh, I have, in the meantime, written down an entire notepad of where I need to specifically hang out with people. And I figured out, there's one character I'm going to intentionally have to try to sabotage the rate gain with, to a certain extent, because it's for a really rare item that he's going to be only available for 3 days on. If anyone's played Persona 5, you know exactly what I'm talking about with the balloons. Because you need to be either rank 3, 6, or 9. Or not rank 3, or it's just 6 or 9. I know 6 and 9 are available. I think 3 also counts, people have said. But I've only seen a couple people say that, and I'm not sure the validity of that. I know 6 and 9 are good, though. So I'm going to probably aim for rank 6 on that. But we'll probably be able to start spicing up the bedroom a little bit more besides the ramen bowl that you get in the story. Just by doing it regularly. So, we'll see. In the meantime, take care, Haplings. And I'll see you on Monday. And we'll figure out the rest from there.
Sure.
Yeah, take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.